Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingvelt Sprints, Mosa SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, SimJack Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, Ricmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, ricmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it. Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingvelt Sprints, Mosa SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, SimJack Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, Ricmotech has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, ricmotech.com.
Does your feet hurt after a session of sim racing? Are you tired of the distraction from sore heels? If so, D-Nut Stuff has the solution for you. Our heel pads add support and comfort for your feet, so those long races are no longer painful. We can make a heel pad for pretty much any pedal set and even add your custom logo. So get one today. You won't regret it. Is the brake on your new pedal set not meeting your expectations? If so, let D-Nut Stuff transform your braking experience. D-Nut Stuff has brake mods for Thrustmaster TLCMs, Husingvelt Sprints, Mosa SRPs, Fanatec CSL Elite V1 and V2s, SimJack Pros, and UT sets. We are always working on adding new pedal sets and more, so check back often.
Okay, we're back. We're back to it with the Focus Sim Racing chassis and our build part 2. Star Fox, can you imagine doing this build in Riot gear? That would be crazy. That would be very hard to do. Let me get my pop-out chat so I can see it a little better. You know, pop-out chat's stupid because when you do it and then you resize it, you know, using Control plus, so you can actually read it, or Alt plus, Control plus, it changes your whole web browser. So, A, what do I need the pop-out chat for if we were going to do that? And B, why is it affecting my main browser also? That is just silly. Silly, silly, silly. Okay, but there we go. I can see you guys. Chat's being a little weird. Back in the pit. That's right, Tom. We are back in the pit. Also, so a little clarification. What I got is their... Oh, hold on. Let me get the name right. I got a message from Guy clarifying some of the pieces. And so just to let you know what we're dealing with, and maybe you guys can help me remember the name. So we're getting the clean install kit, which includes the dropped floor plan. I believe that's this right here. With the electronics management tray and wire management blocks. So that's something that's in our kit here. And then the side mount pro. You got one side mount pro, all 3 different mounting styles, Fanatic, Moza, and SimMagic. So that's what we're doing as far as that goes. And I was kind of giving it some thought, like, not sure which base. I have 2 choices easily available right now when we get to that point. We're rioting! Hell yeah, we are! Yeah, but I have a SimMagic sitting right there on the floor that was on that rig that we could just slap on. I grabbed the Moza from over there. Pedal-wise, I have my M booster pedals, which would take some time to pull off that rig. The wiring's like really tied down. I have a set of PXNs right there that I could just slap on, but I don't know which we're going to do final equipment on this. So, you like to ride on 2 accounts simultaneously? You can ride on your own with 2 accounts. You don't even need others' help. So we just finished step 11, installing the uprights, and we got them at 17 inches. And now it is time to attach our shifter arm. Assemble the shifter arm. So we attach the shifter brackets to 2 ends of those 2 bars. Okay, let's do it. Go for the biggest, chunkier wheelbase you got. The biggest, chunkiest is the SimMagic, I think. At least it's the longest. Can we still move these? I need to order some carpet sliders. And I went on Amazon and I typed in heavy-duty carpet sliders, and it didn't really do anything. I mean, there were none. They were no different than what I bought before, which broke. I'm gonna kick these screws in the same black hole. All right, so there are 2 different ones of these. Are these the right brackets? Hey, Necro, I'm doing great. How about you? No, this is not the right brackets. Okay, what are we looking for? Okay. Those are plastic caps. It's not these. It definitely looked like those, but... Oh, wait, maybe it is these. Yes, it is. It is these. Okay. I'm not sure what this one's for. Okay, let's go back a step. We skipped 12. Okay. So, on our shifter arm, that's going to be these 2 big ones over here, I'm guessing. There's one. There's the other. Neither of those have hardware going downward. Okay, it's one of these. Alright. Now, is there any difference between these 2? Both threaded on that side. Both threaded on that side. One's longer than the other. Okay. Oh, and then this one. Which is going to be this. Okay. Alright. 500 millimeter extrusion. Attach shifter bracket to 500 millimeter extrusion. Didn't we already do a number for 500? Didn't we already do a conversion? 500 was the 19 and 19.687. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Star Fox, that's not going to happen till I win the lottery. All right, that's this one here. Boom. Okay. Attach this shifter bracket. Oh, that's 12. We did 11. Yep. Okay. Attach the shifter bracket to the extrusion tubing using the flat head bolts. So this goes like that. Okay. That's these guys, I'm guessing, because they're the concave. No. Huh. Huh. 687 8675309. All right, we're going to do a little figuring here. So this one goes that way. The flat one goes in here. And it has to use these, not the washers, because it's got a concave head. Yeah, we are. We're trying to make no mistakes. We did manage to miss some washers somehow. I don't know how we did that. Oh, that's never a good sound when you're working with metal. That clunk, that's the sound of damage. So there's one there. And then one here. It's got this alignment screw on the top. I'm not sure. Oh, I know what that is. It keeps it from twisting, I bet. Come on, Sean. Why are you being silly? 6, 7. Is this leg? Tom, that's a good question. Profile rigs. I mean, can it be overbuilt? Okay, so these not threaded deep enough. Yeah, it is. I just had to keep going. All right. This area was a little vague on the instructions compared to everything else so far. Okay, so we have the long one there, and then it gets the double on the other end. So we'll need 2 more of these. Four. How many slots on the bottom? 4 slots on the bottom. It's the 160 model. I think you could get away with the 3 slots for sure. And I honestly almost think you could get away with the 2 slots, because I don't think the twisting of those bars is going to happen much. By the time you put even a 2 slot together, I mean, geez, my original profile build was only 1 slot. It was just a 1-inch. You accidentally started to riot before you joined the stream. Its beefiness is equivalent to any. I mean, again, what you are noticing, I mean, sure, it is going to be more rigid. You have more distance between the bolts. That's going to hold things a little bit more firmly for sure, a little less twisting forces, right? So there absolutely is a difference between. Yeah, T15. That's like the more common way of talking about it. All right, so now they're showing this way, like that, because it's going to go on that side. Yes, that's correct. So we need 1 slot. We need 1 of these flat heads and a washer. I'm kind of blocking you guys from seeing what's going on, aren't I? Doing it behind the rig. I feel like it got dark in here too with the rig blocking the view back here a little bit. Alright, so now we got that in. And now we just need to attach this like so. Like so. Alright, and now we have our shifter arm. Ta-da! Ta-da! Yeah, you could do a 55. Didn't I hear about some 55 Newton meter base? Who was it? Somebody's doing a 55 Newton meter base. Alright, now we're going to need 2 T-slots on the chassis. And 4 of those. Okay, okay. Got it. Got it, got it. Okay, so to put this on, we're going to need 4 of the big bolts. We're going to need 4 of these cool spacers, washers. For Tony Kanon. You know, it would be nice if your wheel could be a workout device simultaneous to, you know, letting you drive. And then it's going to connect to here. So we're going to need 2 of these slots. 2 of these T-nuts. Go in your hole. 1 more. Put 1 down, put 1 above, and then again, I think they must have used an external bracket like some others, like where a plate mounts here with holes there that go into the side. Because the measurements they gave for both the upright and the shifter mount are much wider than what it is in reality. So I'm kind of thinking, this is, I remember when I was talking to Guy Woodward is the name of the guy who is this company, Focus Sim Racing. Really nice guy. And so when I was talking to him, they were literally kind of like in a current updating phase of the chassis. And I think what we're seeing is a little bit of discrepancy between the old design and the new design in the instructions. Like it's close enough that we're getting it done, right? And the instructions are still helping quite a bit. Okay, so we're going into these. Where, oh, this is when we've had to get down on the ground in the past. Did I find it? Did I find the hole magically? I did. Not so lucky on that one. Okay. I'm going to tighten this a little more so it doesn't move. Okay. Let's get our others, and now we have to go low. I don't have so much room over here. Ah. Let's see here. We'll just get that one in. That looks good. Good. I couldn't see. That was close, but not close enough. All right, there we go. That one's not in. That one was. Okay. I'm going to try to get this one next. I am just still digging these washers. These washers are so cool looking. Okay. Now, was this one in or not? Oh, it looks like we got it on the second pass. How cool is that? Okay, so now what we want to do is butt it up at the front. And there we go. Then we can bring this down. And I need 2 washers, regular washers. Running out of hardware, that's always a good sign. I gotta check in with chat. I'll flip over on the other side of the rig and quit chat in just a minute. Go. And then the same thing from the bottom. It's going to be a little hard to see again. Missed it. Missed it. Alright, we're gonna have to go low to see what we got going on here. How many times have you cut yourself on the rig? None! We have no cuts. No cuts today. Alright, there's that. And a little trouble getting a tilt. A little trouble getting a tilt. Oh, it slipped back here. That's why. Huh, I'm half tempted to put the front on. Whoa, did I just dump coffee everywhere? Okay, this is the first one that's given me any trouble whatsoever. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's bring this one back down and get it level. Alright, there we go. There we go, one shifter arm. Now, if we adjust the wheel deck, I better make sure they're equal right now and maybe touch them down. I mean, I'm a little short, so sometimes my wheel deck doesn't go as far as other people would put it. But you know, guy that Sean put on the Borat to show you. Did I miss something? Did I miss some chat? Okay, we're gonna go 17 on the nose, right? Still just shy of 17. Oh, too much. There we go. 17 on the nose. Let's just tighten that down one step tighter. Do the same thing at the front. I got a $2 dono. I gotta get my audio. I need speakers so I can hear that stuff. I know what I can do. Bear with me. Whoop. PS4! PS4! More cuts, more red. No! I have a little cut up on my head. That was from last time I moved the main rig around. Shout out to Ryder and Chief. Put on the Borat. I don't have the Borat on this one. I'll make sure I have it for the next stream. We're working on a different computer. Wah wah wee wah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's take a swig of coffee. 17 on the right. And then we're moving on. Step 32. No, we're on step 14. 14, Doug. 17. She was just 17. Okay, this one's a little more rigid, and we're pushing the back one back a little bit too. Alright, let's get all this freed up. Let's get it square. Alright. Wow, this moves so smooth. I am not accustomed to profile moving when you try to slide it like this. I am accustomed to it like doing the teeter thing where like the top ones lock in and the bottom ones are free but the top ones won't. This is really moving butter smooth right now. This is a beefy rig. This is a beefy rig. Okay. Step 8, you forgot a washer. No, we fixed that. We fixed that, Doug. We did fix that. Okay. Shifter to chassis, did it. Install seat rails. Now wait. Using spring T-nuts. So these are the type you can just spring in, I guess, huh? Ah, that's what this was for. I was wondering what this cutout area was for. Gotcha. Okay, so seat rails go like this. There's like a little carved out section on this beefy back plate. And it's enough to move them from there to there for your range. We're going to have a bolt in the back. Let's see here, 2, 2, and are these the kind that you can just slide in? They are! Oh, all my talk about being trapped. These are the kind you can just slide in. Piece of cake. That's nice. Especially they're cooperating too. I find sometimes the snap-in ones don't always cooperate perfectly, so nice to see these do. Alright, so seat rails. There's a hole on one end. That's going to be for the top. At the back, we go through the back with a couple of these. A again, look at how nicely I'm just blown away by how nice those thread. M45 are going to be these. Where's... with the cup washers. Okay, so the reds go here. That's going to be up here, like so. I need music or something. That's what's missing on these builds. I did this wrong, I think. Yep. Okay, gotcha. Where'd my tools go? There they are. They're on the other side of the rig. Ah. Okay. There's that. And there is that. Okay. And here's the other one. It goes that way. We need one of these. And a washer. I was trying to give you entertainment while you work, Joa. Alright, first thread giving us a problem. Not a problem, but I just want to check. Make sure everything looks okay. Na, 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 na. Oh, it's a thread on the profile, not the nut. It looks good. Huh. I got the red accent kit. Yes, I did. The rig. Alright, we have installed a bunch of nuts. Every thread I've done so far has been butter smooth. I mean, butter. Just put it in my finger. This was the first one that was even remotely dirty, and it's not even dirty by comparison. I just ran it through to clean it out. We're good. We're good. And now we're back to finger. That's still being a little tricky. Not much though. Not much at all. Alright, there we go. And now we need our cup washer. This has been a really clean, easy build. This is the easiest profile chassis I've ever put together. And since you guys are here part of the private club, I'll tell you it's ironic because me and Amir just filmed a profile versus tubing chassis piece that'll come out on Monday, funny enough. And I was just talking about how much I love tubing because generally speaking they're so much easier to deal with. That comes after dealing with one of the harder of the tubing chassis, the TRX, which was just difficult to assemble and tricky even at times to adjust, which is not normal for a tubing chassis. And so then my next profile build ends up being the easiest profile build I've ever done. Sinister, we're back. This is round 2. All right, we did that. We did that. All right, the pedals. Looks like a 3 in the back, 2 in the front. That's these guys. So 2 out at the tip, like so. 3 right there. And hardware. Those look like V-shaped. They are. Okay, so these are the V's. Cone. Why can't I remember what you call a concave or a cone-shaped bowl? Anyone? 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 I didn't say it. Ooh, this is a half size. That's a 4, that's a 5. This is a 4.5. Shoot, you know what that means? Am I tripping? I'm not tripping. I think I don't know if I have a 4.5. If I do, it's on my bike tool. Hold on, we gotta go back here. We gotta move this light. 4.5. No. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a... Oh, you know what? It is a 5. It's just super tight. Countersunk. Thank you. Thank you. Who got it? Joa? Engo got it. It is a 5. They're just, maybe the finish on them's real thick. Yeah, okay, okay. Sorry, I just didn't want to screw up. Alright, let's move this guy a little bit. Let's get some of this back here. Alright, boom, boom. We're done with all of that. Boom. Caps. That's all garbage. Here's some more hardware. Then that's all for the wheel deck, I believe. Oh, it's getting heavy. Getting heavy. 4.5 M5. That's kind of what it was. All right, so we're doing 3. No, just 2 in the middle. 2 on this back one. All right, and then 2 on the front one. Hard to hold it square. There we go. Yeah, I'd love to have music playing while doing this, but it would demonetize our stream, so we really can't get away with it. And so yeah, but it seems like we should. Maybe I should be doing an earbud in the ear. I do that occasionally when I'm doing work in the studio on camera. So if you see some of my build footage, I often will have one earbud in playing music or something. Yeah, these are very snug 5 millimeters. Alright, I'm not going to tighten these down because we're going to need to move it to space it for our particular pedals. Which, again, we haven't decided. I need to kick up the fan speed. I'm getting hot in here. It's much hotter in here right now than it was earlier today. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting really hot, actually. Alright, there we go. There we go, pedal. Wow, this is not going to wiggle at all. This is a beefy pedal assembly. I love the way they did this, though. You know, it wouldn't be super easy with the pedals on, but I can undo these levers and the up, down, and adjustments, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Look at that, you guys. Oh, now it's a tank. Now it's officially a tank. Check out the mashup of Tupac and the Bee Gees. All right, that sounds good. I will be Voca, I am going to do a full motion, but not yet. So what we're doing right now is we're building the rig. We're going to get it set up and equipped. We're going to do a review on the rig just like any other rig. And then it will be getting an upgrade to our Vero motion sim. This thing's rock solid. Will you just look at it? Just look at it. I know. All right, we're done with that step. Where's the mouse? Next is going to be wheel deck. Oh, add seat. Did we add our seat yet? End caps. No, beautification time. I'm going to skip the end caps until the very end, you guys. And the reason is because I'm not 100% sure we're not going to need to do something. So let's just wait until everything's done. But that would be the end. So this is the, if we put the end caps on, that is the rig. Ta-da! That is the rig. Yeah, it's really nicely done. Like, my next level had them and they were just kind of painted on and they were cool. These are all actually engraved. Like the silver is the anodine, is the color of the tubing because they ground it out. They carved it in. It's really cool. So wheel deck is considered an option, I guess. Yeah, we need to add our wheel deck for sure, Joa. Let's see if it's covered here. We might need to get a different instruction set. Yep, we do. All right. So build guides. Oh, I think this. All right, we didn't get that one. We got their center mount. I'm not seeing it on here, but I think we can figure it out. Let's watch this little video. I have all of those pieces. Oop. No, we're not doing an integrated monitor stand, at least not yet. Maybe we will. Eventually this is going to work its way over to my main rig spot. Came with a seat runner. We installed our seat bars right here. So we just have to bolt our seat down to those. We can adjust them left and right. New version. No. Okay, so they have a video on this one. No, the sliders are usually provided with the seat. Usually. Alright, so we have a bag of hardware right here. The seat I'm planning on putting on it does not have sliders. I should probably order some Sparco sliders or something. Alright, so we have another bag of the nuts. We have a bag of some smaller bolts. Washers, let's not forget washers. Moza KS Pro or the Simagic Zeus formula, which would you go with? C-Dub, that's a good question. We have our concave. Some more button socket cap. It is really hard. So when I'm asked the question, the Moza KS Pro versus the Simagic Zeus, the first question is, well, do you already have a base, or are you determining the purchase of the wheel rim by the base? So that's where I would start with. Do you already have one? Are you planning on running them in a wired or, you know, type fashion? What's your agenda? Or is this just like you're gonna pick your wheel rim and then pick your base around the wheel rim? Because then I would come back to budget. Because if you're including the base, then it would be like, well, how much money do you have? Because in the case of Moza, they have less expensive. You have a Simagic base, wired wouldn't be a problem. Honestly, if I had a Simagic base, then I would get the Neo. It's kind of a no-brainer for me, and the only reason why is I then only have to run one piece of software. I don't want to run Simagic and Moza just for the convenience of a KS Pro rim. KS Pro's rim is nice, but I'm not sure it's worth like running your system around. Like, do you run another piece of software just for that? I mean, if you were, I don't have one out, I used to. You know, if you told me you wanted the Porsche rim, that's different. You know, that's a boutique item. It's specialized for a big Porsche fan, and I get it. Oh, I've never had my uprights in my way. My uprights they don't go high enough to block my field of view at all. You kind of want to wheel with the screen? Well, I mean, I guess this isn't the same you get with the little bull horns. Yeah, well then I get it. If that's the case, then I totally get it. And then it would be like, well, cool. Then don't hesitate. Then if that's what you want. All right, so we're gonna hit play on the video again. Threaded, no differences. All right, so we're gonna take this guy and it's gonna go on, and it obviously uses our concave ones. All right, so we're gonna go boom. He has his T handles. I don't have any T handles. Less talk, more work. Sorry. But that's part of why we do it this way, Tim. One of the reasons I wanted to start doing shows like this was to be able to give people more opportunity for conversation. I wanted people to get involved in the reviews, and sometimes that just leads to other questions. But yeah, I get you. All right, so this whole batch of 5mm, what were we calling these? Why can't I remember the name? Thank you, Big Nasty. What's up, buddy? All right, so that one goes there. And then it looks like this cap one goes here. And on those, it was probably these little screws. I missed the screw size he used on those. All right, we got that done. Yeah. End plate. Yeah, focus sim racing, gotcha. And these little ones right here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And didn't those have little washers? Oh no, it's these. No washers. Is he using washers on those? What did he do? I missed it. He's doing it again. All right. I didn't see. Did he grab any washers? Those? Yeah, just on their own. Okay. Countersink. Countersink. Wheels with screens are great for VR. Countersunk. Thank you, Joa. All right, there's one of them. Now the other one, we need the 3. Our countersunk screws. I got it that time. Yeah, it's exactly what they are. That's what they do. Right on, Big Nasty. I will certainly be staying strong. What do you mean paint by numbers, Tim? This is world record pace for a profile chassis. I don't know what you're talking about. That was a heinous noise. These 5mm, their countersink are, the heads are very snug. My wrench barely fits in them. Oh, we're not going to strip them out, are we? All right, and then this one. All right. And then he's doing 4 of these in. Oh, wait. Hold on, I'm going to back up a little bit. More. Shoot. It's wedged in. Alright, I get it. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Pause. Okay. I got this one wedged in funny. Almost got it. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, there's 1. 2. In this case, I would have just slid them in before he closed off the ends, by the way. This popping them in works, but it's not always easy. And then 2 in the middle channel. That's the video on how to install the wheel mount. They went to a video format instead. Alright, so then same thing here. We're going to go 1, 2. Up. Go in the hole. There we go. This one didn't want to sit down. Oh, we didn't kick on our fan more. Come on, there we go. Oh, we had it. Go. There we go. Got it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now. Ow. Play. We're going to turn our fan up. You can't hear you're watching. No, the other TV. Oh. Can you hear the other TV? Oh, of course you can, because I'm on a shotgun mic. It is, Daniel, but it is starting to switch. It's starting to switch. I'm getting a little bit more and more happy with Le Mans Ultimate every time I try it. That's likely going to become my number 2 anytime soon. Okay, so that was this one. That was this one. This is what he did right there. Those aren't reaching. Oh, because they didn't slide over enough. Okay, so we need 1, 2. I have long and short ones. Shit. Those look like the long ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How about you, Daniel? What's your go-to sim? I mean, there's really no right answer, right? Because they all have reasons for all of us, so to speak. Is that too long? Yep, it's not these long ones. Alright, it's not these, it's these. Washer. The most jiggly sim is BeamNG. I need to get back into BeamNG. I was just saying that to Amir just yesterday. Sounds like Big Bang Theory. Is that what you guys are hearing? Is that unacceptable? You're a rally simmer. Are you joining our rally league? Did you see my video, Daniel? I just did a short video, beginning of the week, I think, announcing our new rally season. We're running a 10-race rally season on EA RaceNet. You get a full week to get your rally in, and we had a pretty good crowd the last couple of seasons, so I'm expecting good numbers. And for this season, I'm actually giving away my Octane Design sequential shifter, which was used for review, not used beyond that. So it is used, but it's got a cool Simpit etched logo on it. It's their original design, $249 at the time. Their new one is more expensive, but it's been kind of upgraded since, too. So, anyway, yeah, you should join us. You should definitely join us for that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 washers. And then we get this piece on. Did I do this right? No, it goes this way. That way. You're surprised not to see me on an FGT Pro. Do you mean like the next level racing? That's the rig that's leaving right now. That is the rig that was. You saw that I could be keen but haven't joined. Oh, right on. Oops. We got that one misaligned. So this looks like it has some up and down and angle adjustment. R-Seat Evo. R-Seat Evo is a fine rig. I have a Next Level Racing FGT Elite 160 sitting right there with my Moza motion on it. This one is going to get the Vero motion kit on it after I get the review done. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 pieces built just like he did it. Play. The OG bucket seat. Oh my god. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. M8 lock nut and washer. That's going to be the longer washers. Focus sim racing goes up. Angle bracket goes up and towards the driver, it looks like. No. Did I put these on backwards? Did I put these on backwards? No. Okay. So, oh wait, I just want to look at that last frame. Pause. Okay. So, this goes up and towards the driver. So this one goes this way. Okay. And our slots were wide stanced. Okay. This is why I didn't put the end caps on. That seat has less padding than Sean's head. My head has no padding. Amazing how much our demands change as things improve. You know, what we accepted of a sim seat 10 years ago versus what we accept from a sim seat today are drastically different. Well, then again, they're kind of going backwards because they're starting to do the like no cushion, like a bunch of really thin cushion designs, which I'm not a huge fan of in general. What do you mean? We built our wheel deck, Tim. You're thinking too simple. You're thinking too simple, Tim. There we go. I think I'm just going to go to the 2. Alright. It's not quite the 2. Actually, I'm going to go flush, flat, and on the 2, just to make it easy to line up when we put it together. We can adjust it as a group after. Alright, we didn't get this lower one in. Oh, I already went too high for one of them. Got it. Finger tight. Alright, there's that one. Now the final. Whoop, whoop. What football is on? What football are you watching, Tim? All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Am I missing a washer? I just dropped it somewhere else, perhaps. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing over here. Slot side up. We need our 4 nuts. 1. NFL is on? Why is the NFL on? Is it already that time of year? Is it already football season? It's still summer. Yeah, I guess Hell Week is summer. It's pre-season, right? It's pre-season. The season's far from here, correct? Are these games in America? That's good. Thanks, Tim. Okay, here's number 4. Oh, you don't like football? You don't like football, Hughes? I mean, like, I understand America, right? Like, I am a giant soccer fan, football. And for real, not just when the World Cup comes to town. Like, I'm a big Premier League fan. And I get you international sports. I mean, like, my favorite sports, funny enough, are soccer, cycling, and motorsport. So very international in that respect. But football is cool. So rugby or Australian rules football, I don't understand them well enough, so I don't see things play out the same as when I watch football or baseball, basketball, other sports. Why cycling? I raced bikes for years, that's why. That's why. I love cycling. Sumo is my secret passion. Wouldn't that be a coup? Alright, this one's a little tight. Okay. On the 2, flat and flush. That's what we're doing. On the 2, flat and flush. Okay. You're just playing. Okay. I get it though. We didn't tighten that down enough. So why is that one not snugging up? Something feels wrong with that one, you guys. Remember when I said earlier, this hardware feels too long. I think that's what's going on. I think the hardware is too long. It came with long and short bolts. The short bolts were the ones for into there for sure. We measured. This side snugged up. I need my flashlight. The bolt heads are hitting the back of the post, and I don't think it was supposed to come with long screws, or I reversed things. The long screws were supposed to hold those in. That has to be. Power cycling with the Windows machine. I'm going to just check one real quick. After I watched E.T. I started cycling because it was transportation in the beginning. I know I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. This is how I got into cycling. No, it can't be long. So the other 4 bolts that came in this kit went this way to hold this bracket onto this. These bolts would have the same problem, and this bracket is thinner than this one. So if anywhere, it would be these. Now this side tightened all the way, but this side didn't. So the way I got into cycling was, I didn't even have a bike at the time. So when we moved high schools when I was in 9th grade. So I did 9th grade in Santa Cruz at Aptos High School, and I did 10th grade in LA. When I got to LA and I was getting enrolled in classes, I told them, hey, in my former school, I was on the cycling team. I mean, not cycling, sorry, scratch that. I was on the wrestling team, and I was on the soccer team, and that's what I'd like to do. I don't want to do PE, I want to join the teams. At which point I learned that Uni High, where I went to high school, did not have a formal soccer team. So you couldn't take it as your PE class and be on the team. They had a soccer club that met after school. So it didn't, again, you'd have to take PE and then do the club after school, which I wouldn't care about so much, but it to me meant that it wasn't a high school sport. Like, if it's not my PE class, if I'm not getting credit for it, then it's not my PE class either. So I didn't really, it wasn't that I didn't care, but it was like I didn't want to do PE. Same thing, they didn't have a wrestling team at all. These bolts are too long, you guys. I'm going to grab my flashlight and double check. But we do have a little bit of a problem. There is other hardware in the room, so it could just be that I grabbed the wrong bag of hardware too. So we have one more bag of hardware to go to that we can check and fix this. But let's see what we got here. Yeah, I can't see, but I can tell you the bolts are hitting the inside. So what do we got here? What do we got here? Those are some wiring management. This is some hardware. With wrestling, same thing. They didn't have a wrestling team at all, so there was no way of doing it. And so all of a sudden I was forced with just joining PE and doing like calisthenics and stuff. And I hadn't done that since I was like in 6th grade. Shoot, those don't look like the right ones, you guys. Here's our feet. Some more hardware. Those are also not the right ones. I have 2 of them here from the other steps that belong in the back. Remember I told you 2 were going to go there? Alright, well there's a little confusion going on for me. Little confusion going on. So I don't see any kind of a wheel mount. We got 2 of these and 2 of these. Are they different slotting patterns? No, they're identical. That's identical. So I'm gonna guess that this mounts like this, and then the wheel goes there. It's going to go there. But that's going to be too far inward, isn't it? If I put one of those on this side... Oh, I'm a little confused. And there would need to be nuts on the back of this. I don't see nuts. Is this threaded? No. Is this threaded? No. Alright, we have a little confusion, people. We might have to pause this and restart tomorrow. Okay, there are a few things. So part of it is what's not installed. Anyway, I'll finish my cycling story real quick, then we'll get back to the rig real quick. They didn't have a soccer team. They didn't have a wrestling team. I didn't want to take regular PE. And then the counselor said, hey, well, do you ride a bike? They have a cycling team, and it was official sport team of the high school. So I was like, Yeah, that sounds fun. Literally. I mean, I'd ridden a BMX bike around as a kid, but I was like, sure, let's do it. And so I did it. And that was the beginning of cycling. And I went in with a bike that I'd borrowed from my uncle. And I just kept going and going and cycling and, you know, ended up being an active cyclist for 15 years following. Okay, so here's the problem that we're having. And I don't know, you know, I mentioned this Focus. They're a small shop. They're a boutique builder. They are in the process of changing their models. Some of this is new stuff for them. That's why we're not even seeing the instructions yet. I have been, Tom. So we're not seeing instructions for like the electronics tray. So I believe this one we could figure out. This one's pretty basic, I'm assuming. And it would mount. Does it go this way? So we could put this like under the seat perhaps, or under the, it might go on from the bottom actually. Under the pedals perhaps. It would interfere with that if we went on top of the rails. This must mount from the bottom. I'm going to have to find out before we do it. And then the same thing with this tray. And again, this is so like where you could put all your power supplies. Like, you know, for me, I've got a brick for my wheel. I've got a brick for my pedals. I've got a power supply for my seat. I've got a power supply for, well, an extra power supply. Anyway, and then this one here that has some mounting slots. Just disassemble and restart. That's not going to go. Hugh, I'll show you. So here's the problem. I think it's missing hardware. I'm going to show you what's going on. It's going to be hard to show you at the camera. So we've got those two pieces, by the way. We've got these, which I think are to hold the feet. I think these are actually to hold the feet. You mount that to the bottom, and then the feet screw in here. I don't know if I want the feet. I suppose I do. So yeah, here the feet go like that, and then some big hardware to put them on. I'm guessing that's what these are for right here, but I want to make sure at this point. So yeah, I'm a little discouraged. I mean, not a big deal, but I want to clarify before we go any further, before I use the wrong hardware. So it looks like I got two of these, which I'm not sure why. But I'm not seeing any nuts, and I can't imagine I use these as the nuts to hold the bolts that would hold this piece to this piece. Here, I'm going to move the rig so you can see a little better. Oh, that one's still not tightened. Finger tight. So the problem is when the wheel deck kit, which I believe is new for them, came with long bolts and short bolts. The short bolts are what held this bracket onto here. If I use the long ones, they're going to hit the back of the T-slot tubing. So I use the short ones to hold this bracket onto this piece of profile. Then, these were concave, countersunk, the ones holding that plate to this. Then these are the bolts holding this to this. And I had to use those long ones. And you can see by the way the washer's spinning, they're not moving because it's still creating that wedge force. But the wedge force is what is putting the bolt head into the back, not locking it the way it's supposed to be. So these need to be replaced with, I'll show you the difference. I got supplied 4 of these. Oh, you can't see. I got 4 of these and it needed to be 4 of these. 4 of these needed to be 4 of those. And so we can't complete that step. That's part 1. We can't lock these 2 here. Part 2. I'm not seeing any hardware to attach this to this. So this is going to go... Whoop. This is going to go like that, I'm assuming. I don't know if it goes to the outside or to the inside. My concern is if we go this way, there's no room for a shaft. That can't be. Something's wrong. I'm missing something here, you guys. Something's not right here. Yeah, those are identical. I got 2 sets of these, but there's no nuts to hold it on. And something's not right about the distance. So I don't know what to do. Use extra washers. No, we're not gonna. I would go buy spare bolts before I'm gonna use extra washers because I want it to go together correctly. I don't see how this works. I'm going to have to look for a little clarification on this to get it done right, you guys. Which is a little bit of a bummer. I was really hoping we were going to be done here. And we're so close. We're right there. Let me just look through all my stuff one more time just to make sure. Let's just make sure. We're looking for 4 nuts and 8 bolts, really. Okay, so that we've used. Those are countersink. Those are T-nuts. Washers and a long bolt. Alright. Bracket, bracket, bracket. A long and a short bolt. Funny, we have the same extras back there. These are all short ones. Those aren't long enough. Those are T-nuts. Those are washers. These are smaller bolts, which I think might be part of that holding these on, but I don't have nuts for them. That's wire management. Moving back, we've got our feet. We've got our feet block hardware and T-nuts to hold the blocks on the rig. No other hardware. We got these 2, but there's no hardware with them. And there is nothing over here. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I think I'm going to have to run to the hardware store or get Focus to send me some. Tom, I know! This is a bummer! This is a bummer. I'm going to have to address these issues, though. I want to make sure it's all going right. Why does that look different? No, those are the same. I'm just seeing it in an angle. I don't know. I don't know what to do, you guys. This looks too wide for those brackets. I think either these brackets are too big, or these are too big, or this might be... These might be the same as these, but a different setup. Because these are very similar to this piece here. In fact, that's what it is. This is just a different setup than this. So this one has the mounting here. This one relocates it to here, I guess. So I don't think these go together like that. But what I don't have is any kind of a mount. Now, is that supposed to be supplied by the wheel manufacturer? But if it was, then what does it kick in this direction from? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get a hold of a guy first thing in the morning. Oh, we do the pit stop, though. No, Hugh, I didn't. I thought maybe... So, in this part of the build, we're right on the hardware. This one right here that held these on used the shorter ones. But this hardware all came together. I kind of kept my hardware separate. So all the hardware that was over here was for the wheel, and all the hardware that was over here was for the rig. So, of the new hardware for the wheel deck, it came with 4 long, 4 short. Call him while doing the pit stop. He can be part of the show. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't spring that on somebody, Tom. That wouldn't be fair. So, oh man, we were on good pace. We were on a really good pace. We were going to be done in 3 hours. So, shoot. What do you think? It looks great. From a regular builder, again, this is a new model, a redesign. They've made some changes from the previous versions. So I think this is just a little bit of growing pains, and that this is literally one of the first ones of the new model. I do love how clean everything has been on it. Like Callum had asked, I have no cuts. So none of the edges were so stiff or rough that I got cut on my hand. The cleanness of this back plate, the way they did the seat mounts is so cool. This is just really, really well thought out, well engineered, and it's like low profile and minimalistic at the same time, because you're not adding like an unnecessary second strut, which a lot of ones that I've done, that's what they do. They add a second one of these just to be able to support the back. In this case, they just machined this back plate, which is why it's so thick, and it came out cool. Alright, Tom, I can do that. So yeah, and Tim, I don't even think it's that big of a deal. It's just a 4-bolt mistake. So they just, I don't know if it was a mistake with the person putting it together, or just that they need to update their parts list, right? Because sometimes you know, in a shop like this, I've done this working with CXE. You know, a lot of times you're using parts from your previous models to build your new models, right? A lot of the common gears aren't common. Yeah, there would be. I did have one piece where some of the threads from when they threaded the ends, the threads were in and they dumped on the ground. Thank you, Hugh. Thank you, Hughes. That's okay. That's okay. I guess we're just gonna have to have a part 3. So here's what I'll do. God, do I have time to go get him tomorrow? I really want to get this rig done. I have the pit stop in the morning. Trying to think what else is going on tomorrow. I got to get some answers before I go to the hardware store, because it's not just these 4. Those 4 I could solve just on my own. I need to get to the bottom of the wheel mount to find out how that finishes. I'm trying to think, when you get a wheel mount, the wheel mount is usually supplied by the rig manufacturer, not the wheel. I'm trying to think of where this wouldn't be supplied by Simagic or Moza. No, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to come with the rig. So I think we are missing that one piece. I'll talk to Guy, and then we DoorDash them. Wouldn't that be great? If it was just the bolts, I would just say, hey, hang in tight, I'll be back, and we'll get this going again. But that would just get this one part, and this isn't even a problem right now because it's functionally holding. Joa! Thank you, Joa. That's why I do this. That's why I like doing this live. Oh, Joa. It looks a little wide for it, though. It looks a little wide. So we're at 5 inches on the Simagic base. This is 6 3/4. The slots let it go that way. The side mount. Now, if I switch to this one, Joey, you might be right. That's 2 5/8, we'll call it. 2 5/8. No, this is only 2 inches. On the side mounts for the Sim Magic, the holes are 2 inches apart. The distance here, if this was a side mount, is 2 5/8. So no, that one's even bigger, huh? About the same. Good idea, Joa. Good idea. Yeah, you're right. That's the difference. So these do look like duplicates. I'm not seeing a difference. Let me check measurements. These are identical. Identical. Yeah, so these are all identical. Yeah. I'm stumped. I am stumped. Because I was thinking, yeah, if Joa's right and these were side mount, I could loosen these and bring them in. Then you'd have to center the wheel, which, that's cool, but you would think it would have a set position that's in the middle, right? So I could bring these brackets inward to make that 5-inch gap, but the distance for these is not the same as the side mount holes. No, that was a good idea. And you still might be onto something. I don't know. I mean, we definitely built it the way they did, right? Look. That's exactly what they did. But their washers don't spin because they have the right length bolts. Yeah, we're going to have to go on hold. This is, when I started doing this, and doing live shows, or not live shows, edited reviews, I have a certain tolerance for things like this depending on where we are in production, what kind of company. So, not to name names, if Moza didn't supply hardware that they said they were going to, and it came in a retail box ready to be sitting in a micro center, I have very little tolerance for that kind of mistake, because I'm like, come on, you already know you made these by the hundreds of thousands, right? If it's already in my hands in the blue and white box, it's a retail packaging, that means there are containers and containers and containers of these already made. That's when I'm not happy. When it's a small company where I know the very next rig they sell isn't even made yet, perhaps, right? It's so they are still able to put their parts together per. It's not like they have 100,000 of these sitting in boxes. So that's where mix. I would prefer. I should switch to measurement to metric for these moments. I actually prefer metric. I just happen to have needed a screw. My tape measure died one day. The end tab fell off, and I think I was actually at a Harbor Freight, and I needed a tape measure, and so I bought this one. And it didn't even occur to me that it would be English only, because that's so nonsensical. So yeah, I have this English only, which, hey, if I did construction in America, that's fine. But outside of construction, nobody uses American for building. It's just in construction only. Only if you're using 2x4s. If you're using anything not made of wood, it switches to metric. Hugh, I think we've got it. I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything noticeable. We did everything right. It's just the wrong hardware. But we can take a look. This is the 160. Oh, looks good. There's the one mount to the bottom. And and there's the same. There's supposed to be a front plate that's missing. It's hard to see in this picture. But there's a front plate that goes between these two that we don't have. I don't even remember pulling it out, do you? We'll look in the boxes real quick. They're right here. Did we miss anything? It'd be a pretty substantial plate. It would be pretty hard to miss. No, and it wouldn't be in that one. There's no way it's in the first box. That was the one that had all the flat tubing. And it just had the only non-flat tubing was the... No, those were even flat tubing. No, no, no. So that's what we're missing. It looks like we got the two options for the brackets, but we didn't get the mount that goes between them. Pick 9. What if we pick... I don't know what you mean. Tom, are you messing with me? I don't want to go back and look at pick 9 unless it does something. We have the drop floor plan, the electronic management tray. Alright, so that is cool. So this one... we got the drop floor plan. This one goes right here. Oh. That goes right there. That's pretty cool. Am I missing some more hardware? That could be these guys here. That would make sense. So, 1, 2... So yeah, this goes here. We can do that. Ah. Oh no, that one really wedged in wrong. Shit. Man. Anyway, okay, so that one goes there. And then we've got the electronic management kit, which is going to go... I can't tell if that's going to be under the pedals, I believe. Nope, that's under the seat. Oh, that's under. Okay, so we actually... are going to mount that one. We don't want the top one on anyway until we put our electronics in. I see. So that one's like a cover so you don't step on. Oh, this is so cool. Can I get this out? This was really a blow it. There we go. Okay. So, I'm not going to do this right now, but this mounts on the bottom. Right there. So you can mount and you can see, like, put all your power bricks and a surge protector, and you can then zip tie it all down to it. All right, But then you're like, oh, it'd be exposed if I just have it there. So this mounts to the bottom of the rig like the feet. Alright. And then this one goes over the top. And that it makes sense why this one's beefier. This one goes over the top so you can step on it and not crush your gear. It's not going to go anywhere. It's really rather brilliant. So we're going to need these to go when we get into our electronics. It says you got the side mount Pro, and the side mount Pro is available in different configs. Yeah, we got the config. I'm not sure if we got 3. So there's SimMagic, and there's also Moza and Fanatic. And I do believe we got all 3. But the problem is, those two look identical. I don't see a difference, and neither of those match. None of them match my SimMagic. I can measure my Moza. But we're also missing... Two and 3/4. That might line up, actually. But that's going to take a lot of work to get that off. We might have to make this another part anyway. Ooh. Okay, so here's where I get confused then. If these did match, and I have to get a more accurate measurement, up and down isn't the direction they go. It's front to back. If we're doing the side mount. Does that make sense? So I can show you this. I don't have the Moza. I'd have to uninstall the Moza. I was actually planning on doing the SimMagic wheelbase. So our side mount holes, oh, we're about to run out of battery too. Our side mount holes are there. They're too narrow for that. But they go this direction. Same thing with the Moza for the side mount. Not the front mount, the side mount. But these holes are up and down. So my shaft would be up here or down there. These would need to be this way. So this whole thing needs to turn 90 to use it in that direction. The other is our width is way too wide for that. The wheelbase... Actually, the Moza might be wide enough. I guess you just slide them in. That's 6. Oh, I want to get clarification, and it doesn't matter until we fix these 4 bolts anyway. We can't go putting the wheel weight on here until we get that sorted out anyway. So we're just going to have to bring this to a close, get that clarified. When we come back, we can put that lower tray on, we'll put the feet on. When we come back, I'll have all the electronics, I guess, ready to go. Not yet, Tom, not yet. We just might not have the right parts or instructions that are showing us, because they don't have them on their website yet, because it is new stuff, it looks like. Let me look at one more thing, though. Except my battery, I should go to an end. This is going to... Let me bring it to an end. I either need to change out the battery or bring it to an end, but since I know we're not getting any further along, we'll go ahead and do the... bring it to the end bit. So, okay. So, here it is. It's really nice, really coming along. Might have a hardware or a confusion, one of the two. We'll get that sorted and hopefully get this thing back underway in the next... Tomorrow, if it's just bolts. I'll go get it if it's just bolts. If we're missing something on the mount, then we're going to have to wait for that. But I'll find out tomorrow and get us an answer. If we do have everything, gosh, I'd like to put this together tomorrow night. So maybe we'll be back at 4:30 tomorrow, 4:45, and try to finish this off. I'll get the... If I get the answer, then I'll strip the gear off of this rig. I was going to put the SimMagic on here to leave that stuff over there. But it looks like neither of those mounts fit the SimMagic. So I'll get those answers. I'm going to get answers, get clarification, make sure I know what's going on. And I'll let you guys know if I have any answers on the pit stop. Otherwise, you'll just have to tune in on the Discord and find out. We're going to go live to finish this thing off and hopefully get it up and running, and get the review underway. We're just in the fun stages of building. We're at about 3 hours of build, but a lot of it has been talking, so I'm probably about 2.5 hours of build time, which to be this far along, if we were mounting our hardware right now, we would be way ahead of schedule. So, looking really good. Nice rig. Really happy with it. And can't wait to get it up and running. So that's going to do it for now. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. with the pit stop. Join us there. We have a cool story about that new Valkyrie wheel from Sim Magic. I don't know if you guys saw that video today. We'll be talking about that and more. We'll talk about who's going to be the next to have the Aston Martin Valkyrie wheel. Is that going to be the next slut in all of sim racing? We don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it. Have a great rest of the day, great rest of the night. Thank you for hanging out and being part of it. Thank you for your ideas and suggestions, and we'll see you soon. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track. Bye-bye, everybody.